What's happening, people? Dean here. So when we're looking at weight training, I think especially for the people that are looking to build strength, it may be strongman, powerlifting, or just, or I don't want to use the word just, but or bodybuilding, where people are wanting to get stronger. I think so many people get mixed up with thinking that they need to lift heavy weights, right? Now, granted, you need to become stronger, you need to lift heavy weights. Other than going off on a tangent, food is massively important as well. But just sticking to the training side of things, if you do your rep work first, you'll become a lot stronger in the end. So let's look at it as I'm just making it up as I'm thinking now, but let's look at it as a time scale of 1 year, right? If you've never trained before and you all of a sudden start training, you've never done weight training before, you start training, the first 2-3 months, you are learning the movements. You're conditioning your body to understand when to work and when to stabilize certain muscle groups, i.e. if you're doing a squat, it's not just your legs, it's your back, it's your shoulders, it's your core, and then it's all over the legs. So you're getting all the other muscle groups sort of switched on and conditioned, ready for the rest of the movement. So that's the first 3 months. Let's say the next 3 months then are slight progression, where you're probably going to change routine, change exercises, so you're doing different exercises as opposed to doing the same ones. But rep range and effort load will probably be around the same as the first 3 months. So that's then 6 months in. The next 3 months after that, you could probably start looking then further into lifting heavy weights. So by this point, you're like, between 6 and 9 months into it. If I was to tell you that now, you'd probably think that's far too long. I want to lift heavy. I see people lift heavy. I think I can lift heavier. Now, granted, you probably can lift heavier, which something I see so often is that, we'll probably get a middle-aged bloke, let's say, for example, thick set, always worked on the tools, and a strong person. Now, if that person was to push themselves to their maximum would be, more than their body can handle. And what I mean by that is, let's say, for example, in a static press position, they're probably quite strong. But when you're moving on to big lifts, compound lifts, there's the in-between muscle groups that aren't strong enough or aren't as strong as the bigger muscle groups. And what I mean by that is, when people go to do, say, let's pick a deadlift, for example, or a squat, their legs, their quads, their glutes, their hamstrings are stronger than the bits that are connecting in between, like all the stabilizer muscle groups, like all your core muscle groups, the lower back muscle groups. So what happens is, because they're stronger than in the bigger muscle groups, they will lift what they can, but then you'll get breakages throughout the body, i.e. like lower back is obviously one that we always see. So going back to what we were saying at the start, if you do your rep work first, you will become a lot stronger in the end. You'll become a lot more conditioned in the end. And I suppose like a lot of people think rep ranges, let's just say if we're looking at that whole year again, like I was just saying, that 3 month, 6 month, the first 3 months, stick to 15 and 12 reps. The next 3 months, again, stick to 15 and 12 reps of the different muscle groups, so you're doing different exercises. And then the next 3 months, then you can start going into your 10s and 8 reps. The next 3 months after that, you can start then going into your 5s and 3 reps. If you were to break that down over a year, you would be much stronger, much more conditioned, you would have less injuries, and you would be a better athlete than you would be if you were to do it the other way around and start to lift heavy at the start. So I hope that makes sense. It's just a little bit of something to think about that I feel that I see all the time in what we do. And if you're weight training and you're trying to get stronger, think about that. Think if you've jumped that plan too far, too quick, or if you do that. Okay, guys, peace out.